Hey everyone, welcome to Twin Tuesday. My name is Dana Schmoyer and I am 22 weeks with two beautiful twin girls. My girls are mono-di from a early ultrasound that we had about 5 weeks along. They were able to tell that we had one egg that split, and so we have two beautiful girls that are coming on their way. And this last week has been interesting, to say the least. Everything is looking healthy. I went in on Thursday for an ultrasound to measure all their growth and it was like a huge, massive ultrasound detecting all different stuff. And when I got there, I knew ahead of time that they were going to be giving me my schedule for all the rest of my appointments that I have coming up. Little did I know was how many appointments that I was going to be having coming up. And so I got my schedule and sat down totally overwhelmed and just immediately started putting in all the dates into my phone. And apparently they messed up and called somebody else back whenever I was supposed to be going in for my appointment. So they were very apologetic whenever I went back to do my ultrasound, and I didn't even notice because I was given a schedule of 27 appointments that I'm going to have at the hospital for the next 15 weeks. As long as everything is healthy, I won't have any more. But if there's any issues, there's going to be more than 27 appointments if we go the distance. And I didn't even have enough time to finish entering in all my appointments in my phone before they called me back. And so I thought it was kind of funny that they were so apologetic, and I was like, I didn't even have time to finish putting all my appointments in my calendar. So that was a huge shock, because I've had 4 very healthy pregnancies with no complications already, and all my labor and delivery have been like no complications. And so to go from 4 very healthy pregnancies to, so far this pregnancy is healthy, but since they're mono-di, they're identical twins, it's a very high risk set of twins. If they're fraternal and they're from 2 eggs, they have 2 placentas, and they are at less of a risk. But because, and you can have identical twins that have 2 separate placentas, which I was praying for, didn't get that one, but they're sharing a placenta, and so that's why that's why they're keeping an eye on them, because apparently things can change very quickly, and one twin can start getting more nutrients than the other one, and the other one getting less, and there can be health issues that come on suddenly. So they keep a close eye on it, and I have ultrasounds every other week and for the next 2 months, and then I start going for non-stress tests twice a week on top of my ultrasounds that I want to say get more frequent towards the end of the pregnancy. But so that was very overwhelming. For the last few days, I've been contacting people that I know that have twins and asking questions, and a lot of you have been giving us advice over on Schmovies whenever we just found out all those appointments. And yeah, so I'm feeling better today. I had my appointment today. I have a doctor's appointment today, and I went and asked the doctor, like, are all of these necessary? Like, why so many? And he said it's just, I mean, it's the twins that we have, and it's just to keep a close eye on them because they are sharing one placenta. I mean, this is just protocol. It's not anything to be worried about. Although seeing all those appointments, I think, which is the biggest part for me, like, I just have a visual of how often I'm going to be in there, and that schedule isn't even my normal doctor's appointments. So I don't even want to know what the total actually is going to be by the end of it, because I only set my doctor's appointments one at a time. So the last few days had been pretty stressful about doing that. Just knowing that there are so many appointments and not knowing if they were necessary or not. I even went to the perinatology unit and talked to them over there after my doctor's appointment, asking, like, is there anything that I can do differently? I did ask if I could switch and do my non-stress test over at the doctor's office, because the doctor said that would be a possibility to do. I'm going to call billing from both departments and see which place is cheaper to do the non-stress tests at. But I kind of would rather just do them at the doctor's office and feel a little bit more normal than having to go over to the perinatology unit and do them. But I'm going to let the cost of that one determine where I go on that. But, oh my goodness, it was overwhelming seeing how many appointments I have from here on out. A lot of them. And I'm just used to the regular doctor's appointments, only getting the one ultrasound at 20 weeks. Although I've gotten the early ultrasounds about 5 weeks on each of my pregnancies. So 2 ultrasounds total and no complications and everything. And so far we don't have any complications on this pregnancy. But just all those appointments make me feel like there's going to be something. But that's like the best case scenario. Only having 27 appointments is like the best case scenario. I'll have more if there are issues with the babies that they have to keep a closer eye on. So that's what's going on with week 22 of this pregnancy. I am feeling better today. After my appointment, I went to the library and checked out a book that will be fun to read, so I can start reading that when I go to sleep instead of just reading my baby books, which is good and necessary, and I need to educate myself on that stuff. But after such a stressful few days, I just want to enjoy something that can just take my mind off of it, because there's not any shows on TV that I really watch, and before I go to bed I like to read a book instead of just playing on my phone, because I plug my phone in the kitchen so I'm not staying up super late. But yeah, so hopefully next week won't be so stressful now that I understand what's going on a little bit better. And that's probably the biggest thing, is just not knowing how much goes into having twins, and just how much of a bigger deal it is having 2 in there, especially sharing one placenta, because it's not what I'm used to. And I think that's probably, like, all along I've been saying I feel like I'm a first-time mom again, like learning all this, but I almost feel like I would have rather had twins with my first time and not know that this is not normal protocol for a single healthy pregnancy, because I've had 4 single healthy pregnancies that have been very hands-off. This just seems so much more. So I think that's why I had been struggling so much with it. But talking to the doctor and going and talking to the lady at perinatology, I mean, everybody I've talked to has been really kind. And I was reading an article on twins, on like making sure you're getting the best care for your babies. And the article was mostly about monodied twins, and saying, like, if your doctor's not ordering all these testings and everything to make sure everything's going good, switch doctors, because you want a doctor that cares enough to monitor your kids this much, because things are so much more high risk with identical twins. So here we go. It's going to be quite the season these next 15 weeks. If I make it 15 weeks, that would be delivering at 37 weeks, which I did read that the reason why I had been worried at the beginning too, because I was told that they don't really want me going past 38 weeks. And I was like, well, that's crazy. Like, the earliest that I've had one kid is coming at 39 weeks, and all my others were on their due date. And so the thought of having babies come early just kind of scares me, because I want them to stay in as long as possible. But this article was also saying that, when you have one placenta, that it kind of gets old and it stops working as well towards the end of the pregnancy. And so right around the end of 37 weeks, beginning of 38 weeks is when they usually see that happening. And when the placenta is not nourishing your babies, you want them out of there, because it's not the best place for them to be anymore. So it's all new stuff, and it's so crazy, and I'm just learning a lot. I will get up off of my new rocker that I just got at a used baby store, or not used baby store, sale. Yeah, like a community sale. They were doing a baby sale. And I saw this glider, because I had sold my glider after Hallie was born, and I was really missing one when I had Toby. So I have one again, and I like it better than my old one. So, alright, time to show you the babies and how they are doing. They have been moving a whole lot more this week, and it's been really fun to, like, be able to feel them. I even let my oldest son be able to feel them move, which was really exciting. The only thing that was not exciting is one night they had already woken me up, because both of them were moving so much. I was awake during the night for a little bit, being like, okay guys, girls, you're moving a little bit more than I can sleep through. So, but they're fun. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you can keep up with my monodi twins and the journey that we are on, and see how long this pregnancy will last, see what all excitement's going to come from all the appointments and getting to see the girls and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and tomorrow come back because on Wednesdays I talk about what I have learned from this past week, and tomorrow I'm talking about rest. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.